So in this video, I'm going to be talking about me maturing as a trader. Well, in fact, before we even get into the video, make sure you like the video and subscribe. But I want to talk about me maturing as a trader. Like, I'm actually starting to become that successful trader, you know what I mean? Like, I'm actually seeing profitability now and consistency within my trading. And I think it's coming from that I'm maturing as a trader. What I mean that I'm maturing as a trader is that, for example, I'm okay with like sitting at the market now and missing trade, you know what I mean? Like last week, I didn't even take a trade, you know what I mean? I didn't even take a singular trade and I was okay with that. But me in the past before, like, I thought that if I'm not involved in this move or I'm not trading this week, I'm being unproductive as a trader. When in reality, that's just not the case. Like this week, I took a trade, one trade, took TP straight away on EU, literally one trade. And even still now, me maturing as a trader, I've kind of transitioned over to high time frame trading. Like I'm trading off like an M15, M30 and above, like 1 hour entering on that rather than going to M5 and stuff, you know what I mean? Maturing as a trader for me personally, like transition over to higher time frames, I can see I'm seeing more consistency. It's like less noise. When you're on the M5, you know what I mean? It's a bit too much noise, like you got all the candles and stuff, you know what I mean? Too much noise. But on the M15, like you just wait for like a breakdown, use the order block to enter, for example. And that's one thing I've been doing as well, like having one entry model or kind of two, you know what I mean? I'm entering off a changing state delivery order block or a OTE level. 2 entry models, you know what I mean? None of this overcomplicating and stuff, you know what I mean? Just keeping it simple, because being like an immature trader, for example, like you got so many different entry models, like, oh, I want to enter off the order block, or I want to enter off the FEG, or I want to enter off the breaker block, or I want to enter the OTE. Like it's just too overcomplicated, you know what I mean? But when you just keep it simplified, okay, I'm only going to enter off an order block, or I'm only going to enter off an OTE level, like trading is just more simple, you know what I mean? Like it's more maturity within trading. Another sign that I knew that I was maturing was I'm not actually feeling anything after a loss, or even after a win. Like even when I take wins now, it's just, oh, it's whatever. Or when I take a loss, it's like, okay, it's okay. You know what I mean? If I know that I'm following my system to a T, that price is tapped into like a daily FEG, I mean, when I draw down to sell side, I've seen price come in now. We've had a New York reversal, for example, and I'm looking for price to go down, and I take a trade and it loses, whatever. Like, I know that I followed all my processes, so if the trade stops me, I'm actually okay with that. But if I'm just doing some dumb stuff, yeah, like, and I lose a trade, it's like, it's my own fault. But now I know that if I'm doing everything right, I can't really control outcome, and I've accepted the fact that, yo, I can't control outcome with my trading. All I can do is take myself, and if it wins, it wins. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And just control risk. That's all I can do, you know what I mean? Like I remember before, like if I take a loss, like I'll let it get to me, you know what I mean? I'll take it personal. I feel like I'm getting a bit further away from my goal. I'm taking steps in the opposite direction. But in reality, trading's a numbers game, you know what I mean? It's a game based on probabilities. If I take 2 A+ setups and I could lose, you know what I mean? Or I could take, on the next streak, I could take another like 4 A+ setups and no win, you know what I mean? Like within trading, you don't really know when your next sequence of wins or losses are gonna come. Like all you can do is just trade your system to a T. And if you know you got a perfect system, not perfect, sorry, but if you know you got a good system and you know your system works, like you should be profitable in the long run, you know what I mean? So if your back testing results aren't translating over to live trading results, it's obviously something you need to work on, you know what I mean? It could be emotional control. It could be what you do. You might be overcomplicating when you get to the live markets, you know, and that's something I had to study and go deeper into. Like, yo, why is my back testing results not translating over to like my live market results? You get me? And because of dumb stuff, you know what I mean? Taking stupid trades within stupid conditions, or just taking trades out of like emotion, and I'm trying to cope and say it's not emotion. You get me? Like, oh, it wasn't emotion, it wasn't a revenge-based trade. But when you take 2 losses in a row, you might see the market a little different. You don't even realize that, you get me? Like, you take 2 losses, so you're down 2%. So you're thinking, oh, this is a setup now, when in reality, it's not. Because if you 2R up, for example, you 2 trades up, you've won 2 trades in a row, you're not really going to look at that setup and think, okay, I'm going to take this, because you just know, like, yo, this is a crap setup, I'm not going to risk my capital for that, you get. And another sign that I knew that I was maturing was I've accepted the fact, like, you know what, it's going to take me a while. You know one thing, yeah, I didn't actually submit the time, you know. I realized I wasn't submitting the time. Like I'd say, oh yeah, I'm submitting the time. I know it's going to take me a while, but in reality, I wasn't. Because what I'll be doing, for example, I'd set goals like, okay, I want to be funded by Q1 or Q2. Okay, that's an okay goal to have, you know what I mean? It's okay to have goals. But I knew that once I had these goals set in place, it was almost like I'm rushing my trading. Okay, oh no, we're getting closer in the Q1, so I need to hurry up and pass. But in reality, like, yo, you can't really do that. If you want to submit the time, just accept the fact, you know what, it's going to take me a while. And what I was doing was, okay, I want to be funded by Q1. I'm just taking these dead setups, you know what I mean? These low probable setups, you get me thinking, I just need to pass, I need to pass. But in reality, like, yo, that's not trading. And if I just would have submitted the time already and like accepted the fact, okay, it might not be Q1, it might not be Q2, it could be Q3, it could be Q4. It's okay. As long as I get it done, I get it done. But if I'm just taking these crappy setups, I'm literally just getting further and further away from the goal. When if I just submit the time, okay, I don't mind waiting. I didn't trade this week, that's okay. I didn't trade today, that's okay. You don't need to be part of every move, you know what I mean? Another sign of maturity, this is another good one. that I knew that I'm kind of maturing. I'm okay with not being a part of every move. So even last week we had CPI and EU was just straight bullish, you know what I mean? Like if we didn't have CPI, there would have been some good setups. But one thing I'm not doing, I'm not trading CPI the day before CPI or like the London session of CPI, you know what I mean? I'd rather wait for CPI to play out and look to get in. But once CPI just happened, like EU just started, well, the dollar, DXY started tanking down and EU was just straight bullish. But I couldn't really get involved in it, you know what I mean? There wasn't really no pullbacks or anything for me to get in, which is okay. And normally, like, when I see prices join to like a higher external range high, and I know it's going there and I can't really get involved, I'd feel this sense of like anger or disappointment, like damn, I can't really get involved in that move. But in reality, like, yo, it's part of trading. You're not gonna be able to get involved with every move. Like sometimes the market is just gonna straight shoot to a high or shoot to a low, and it doesn't really give you an opportunity to get in, and that's okay. An opportunity is always going to present itself, you know what I mean? That's that abundance mindset which I've developed, you get me? Like the scarcity mindset is, I need to be a part of every move. I didn't get into that move, so I should feel like this, or I'm going to try getting it anyway. But that's like scarcity, you know what I mean? Like that's trading from place of scarcity, which serves you no benefit within your trading. If you're just abundant, you're like, you know what, okay, I didn't get in this move, but maybe next week or a couple of days time, like it's going to present me a good setup which I can take. But when you're scarcity, thinking I need to get in, I need to get in, I need to get in, and that's something I was doing, you know what I mean? Like I kept believing I need to be involved in every move, like kind of immature trading. Maturity in trading is realizing, okay, I don't really need to be involved in every move, you know what I mean? Like even Almost says it within his Telegram or on his podcast. He said that if you look at your profitable weeks within trading or profitable months, for example, it kind of came within 1 week, for example, or if you look at your profitable weeks, it probably came within a day or whatever. Or you look at your months, it probably came within a single week. It didn't really come within every single week or every single day. It's like a week or a day that kind of builds up majority of that profit. And that's one thing I've realized, like if you can get a good move and capitalize on that daily expansion, that weekly expansion over like a weekly period or a daily period, like yo, that's gonna like do something good for your account, you get me, rather than just trying to catch every single move and then you're just taking stupid losses or whatever. Like it's gonna eat away your profits or eat away your capital, you get me? Like I've been excelling my learning. Like at the end of the day, I was only 1 year into ICT, which is not a long time, but I just like trying to excel my learning, you know what I mean? Learn about different stuff that are gonna help boost my edge within my system. Like I learned about daily profiles, and also someone's gonna say, "Oh, you should learn about that earlier." But okay, I learned about the daily profiles, and once I've learned about it now, I'm kind of going through my journal, looking at some trades that I've taken, and I thought, okay, yo, I could actually avoid that trade if I just knew what kind of daily profile was in. It was in a seeking history. We didn't even have news. The market's just been ranging. We didn't actually take out London lows or Asia lows and expand higher. Like we're not in any daily profile. We're not in a New York reversal or continuation. Like none of that. So why am I taking that trade? But now I've kind of understood that now. Like I can realize, okay, market's accumulating through London. We're gonna just drop down through New York, hopefully with news, and then expand higher, or vice versa. Or London's taking out this Asia range and expanded higher, so we can expect a New York continuation. This is stuff I've been learning. You know what I mean? Like I'm always trying to excel my learning. That's gonna help boost my edge rhythm and trading. So I'm gonna show you that the trader took on EU this week. Like it was actually a perfect setup, like A plus, beautiful setup, 2 hours straight away. So I'm gonna show you like that now. So let's hop over to the charts and this trade. So if we start off with EU, what do we see? We see now we took out this previous day high just here. Where on DXY we didn't. On DXY we had some SMT. Price failed to take out Friday's low story. So from then I was kind of looking for them shorts to on EU into that daily FEG, which is just here. I want to see price maybe drawn to this daily FEG and DXY to just come up higher. Plus we had FOMC on the Wednesday. So I was thinking, okay, price will probably trade up higher. Then on FOMC, we'll probably create higher the week. And then we just displace down to the downside with this external range low. That's what I was expecting for price to do, especially with that high impact news on the Wednesday. That to set the tone of the week. So I'm outside this daily FEG as I draw on liquidity just here. This was my draw on liquidity. So if we hop into the chart on a Monday, let's look at a lower time frame. Let's look at the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, what can we see here? We had this nice 4 hour FEG here. And I want to see price go from internal range to external range to draw down lower essentially. That's what I wanted to see. So once I seen price was in this FEG, now I just went down to an M15 and I want to see what price was doing. So let's go to M15. So let's look at price now on the 15 minutes. So we can see that during Asia, we kind of range was accumulating around in this FEG here. At London, we displaced higher and then we came down, traded below this older block just here. So maybe someone could have maybe gotten me like a London reversal, but I don't trade London, I trade New York. So during New York, what I wanted to see was price give us a clear direction where we wanted to go. So we can see that at 1:30, what did we do? We basically came up with these London highs, purged the London highs, and from there I was expecting the displacement to the downside. So as soon as I seen price just displaced below this change in state delivery order block, This is where I just entered on this order block here. But when I seen this, I was like, okay, we're in this New York reversal profile here. And as soon as we just take this high here and this space below this order block, we're just going to shoot down to the downside. Well, targeting at least previous day's low. So came in, my start was about 18 point something pips. I targeted just below previous day's low at 2. Well, yeah, it was at previous day's low at 2R. So 2R was there, and price actually just packed into that order block. Not a lot of drawdown, just went straight to TP. So this is what I mean that maturing in my trading, just using more high time frames, you know, keeping it simple rather than go to get end dive and then getting slapped on whatever. Like, it's just too much stress, you know what I mean? Trading stressful as it is, like within trading, you want to make it the less stressful it can be. So just using higher time frames, making it less stressful for me. So yeah, that's what I mean by maturing. It was a beautiful trade setup, you know what I mean? Kept it simple and straight to TP. So yeah, that's what I mean by just trading higher time frames. It's more simple for me and just easy going, you know what I mean? So if I was going to give any advice to you like who are trading, or you feel like you're stuck within your trading journey, I'd say just submit the time, you know, accept the fact that it's going to take you a while. Stop setting all these stupid time limit goals and trying to do stuff within a time limit and then you're just messing yourself up within trading. Just stop doing that. Also, just accept the fact as well, like you don't need to be involved within every move or every day or every week, you know what I mean? Like, one thing you got to understand as a trader is that you're not being unproductive if you're not taking a trade up. Like, you're still productivity. The goal of trading is to preserve capital, you know what I mean? Like, the hardest part about trading is waiting and being patient. But if you can actually master that, like, you'll actually become successful within your trading. And I can say now, like, yo, I'm actually being way more patient and I'm actually mastering patience within my trading. So I can see how now, like, my equity curve is actually going up, you know what I mean? So it's just a matter of time before I pass my challenges and I'm funded in the live world. So to all the traders out there who are on their purpose, just keep grinding, you know, just keep doing the work, keep doing the deep work, and you'll start to shine soon, you know what I mean? Just keep working. That's all you can do. You get me? Just keep working. And to my traders out there as well who are on the purpose trying to get, like, acquire capital, start journaling properly, you know. Sometimes I know some of you, like, when you journal, you just add a couple of screenshots and just go on to the next trade. Actually journal, review your trades, like, you know what, okay, I've done this wrong, I've done that wrong. When I go to my next trade now, I'll be aware of this, I'll be aware of that. Like, you know what I mean? Stop making the same mistakes over and over again. Like, you're going to realize you can't excel. And this is one thing I was doing, you know what I mean? Like, I'll take a crappy trade. I'm not actually realizing what I've done crappy. I'm just adding in the screenshot to say I've journaled the trade. But once you actually go into depth and realize what you've done with the trade, you realize, okay, this is what I've done wrong. This is a stupid trade to take. So I know for next time now, I'm not going to do that. You get me? Start journaling properly. So guys, if you find this video helpful and you like this insight that I was talking about, that I'm maturing within my trading, and you can relate, make sure you like the video and subscribe. And also, let me know down below in the comments on how you're going within your trading. Do you think you're maturing? Are you starting to see profitability and consistency? Are you not at that point yet where you're still inconsistent and you're not seeing profitability or whatever? Like, let me know down below in the comments. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.